Hi everyone. How you doing? It's Janice Sullivan and yes, this is Macro Chat Live and we are actually chatting on Facebook right now too. So, excuse me. This is number 3 of our Macro Chat Live and truthfully, you guys know that I'm going to screw up. It's all about the technical stuff, and I've actually worked all morning to try and get this stuff situated and organized, and my monitor has to be 2080 by 720, and so it might have a problem when I'm pushing buttons. So I apologize, but I will watch the replay. Ashley's in the background. Ashley, if you can hear me, say hello. I'm going to say hello in the chat. Hello, everyone. We have this at 1 o'clock Pacific time every other Thursday. And I understand that there's people at work and that could be a problem. So I may bump this up to a later time. I'm debating, so I need to talk to Ashley and find out how she feels about it, and then we might just go ahead and do that. But I'm looking at the dashboard, and I just said hello, and I'm actually right now looking at Facebook, and I'm just going to say hello because we've never done Facebook. So this is new. Now I have allergies, excuse me, and we're right in the middle of a heat wave. So that means that there could be some problems. And I can see that I messed up that. So I'm going to fix that when I go to another screen. Because look at that big old bright thing right there. I didn't fix it. Oh well. But this is Macro Chat Live. And we do this every other week. Hi, Elise. How are you? Elise is from Ireland. So she's up late. Yay. Thank you for coming. Last time we did a critique on her amazing poppy image. Very, very beautiful. So that was fun. And now we have 2 more critiques coming up. So let me just tell you what we did. I did a search on looking for macro live shows. Didn't find anything. I love macro. I have actually a professional macro group that Elise is, part of. She's actually one of our head people that get things rolling. So I appreciate her. And then I have another group, just regular Facebook, and this is streaming on. This is my business stream. And then we have a actual Facebook just for this show, and it's very small. This is only our 3rd show, but I would love for you guys to join that. And Ashley, I'm hoping you can look and find the link to the Facebook group and share it on the live chat, because we need to get more people chatting about macro photography. This is a passion that many people have, but if you look, there's only landscape people talking, there's portrait, there's Photoshop, all these other things, but I don't see anything for macro. So I'm like, hell no, I'm going to do this. And it's been a blast for, the 3rd show. Now, last time I had to cancel because we had an awesome vacation. We went out on our boat, had some really fun times. But I post every Thursday something on YouTube. So if you join, check out my YouTube. Let's see if I can throw this in here. Let's see if I have this is every other Thursday. And, here's the Facebook. I put that in. Hold on one sec. See, I'm still learning how to do this. There's my Facebook. Well, it's not mine. It's for everyone. It's Facebook/groups/Sullivan J Photography. So definitely check it out and join and submit your images. That would be great. What else can I show you? If you don't like Facebook, and let me shut this off because I'm still learning, I'm telling you. If you don't like Facebook, you can also go to sullivanjphotography.com and go to Macro Live is here, and you can submit your images and ask questions there. So the way things go is that we do critiques and we talk about equipment and then we chat. So if you guys have questions in the chat, then go ahead. It's such a small group that I'll answer the questions no problem on the chat. But you can also submit them on the website that I shared with you. And we'll throw the links in there. I can hear the boys. She has twins, my daughter, so I can hear the boys kind of screaming. Oh, hi, Kim. Kim's here. Kim has an amazing image that we're going to critique. And Kim, I was just saying, I was ready to say this. What I'm going to do is now critique first, and then I'm going to go ahead and work on the equipment. Because before I was doing this live show, I was talking about equipment, and then I went into the critiques, and I thought, you know what? The critiques to me are more important. So it really helps a lot of people, and not only the person that's giving us the image, but you guys probably will have the same issues. So let's talk about critiques more. And then if I have time to do, I'll do at least one piece of equipment and tools. And if I have time, I'll do 2 pieces. But I want to try to keep this show just an hour. So we'll see about how many pieces of equipment. So what we're going to do is critique first. I wrote myself some show notes because I am horrible when it comes to trying to get this thing organized and not remembering stuff. So I want to talk about my guest. I was going to have a guest photographer here, and I love her work. She was gracious enough to, I told her I wasn't ready for her, and I felt really bad because I went and I had a great time on vacation, but I couldn't understand how to get the Skype, because I have to Skype her into the show, and I'm such a newbie. I couldn't figure out how to line it up and get it all pretty, and I was really nervous that I was going to screw up the show, so I didn't. She's so cool. She said whenever I need her to come on or want her to come on, she will do that. We have a time planned, but I'm not going to tell you when. I'm just going to make it a surprise, and then we'll have her come in, and I'll interview her, and you can see her amazing work. But I have to get the technical stuff down. I'm telling you, it's difficult. So guests will come soon. Let's see. Okay. Now, my one last announcement. Oh, 2 announcements. I would love for you guys to share this on Facebook and Twitter, because it's such a small group that I wanted to, I think the more we're here to chat. Oh, wait, hold on one second. Ashley, I don't know what she's saying. Oh, she's saying something about Facebook or the links. So it's giving her problems to share. Maybe you guys can figure it out. But the reason why I want you guys to share so much, it's not about me. This is about getting photographers that love macro photography together and to chat about it. And that's what I really want. And I feel like the more we can get these people that love close-up and macro photography into our chat, I think the best time we'll have enjoying everything about what we love to do. So if you can share that, that was one announcement. And the next announcement is that my niece from Massachusetts is coming out. So that means the Thursday that we're supposed to have this show again, she's actually flying out. So I will not be able to have this macro live until August 3rd, which is several weeks after that, because I do this every other week. But when I don't do the live shows, if you're on YouTube, I always have something every Thursday for you. So I've done an unboxing, I'll have a behind the scenes. So I will have something on YouTube for you guys. It just won't be the show. So those are my fillers. When I have things, especially in the summer, it's the summer over here in America, and we have a family doing things. We're always going somewhere. So I will have fillers. In the winter, it won't be so bad. I'll have the shows all the time. But I just wanted to let you know that August 3rd will be the next show. And then once this is done, I'll put it in the YouTube, and then you can go ahead and click on it, and it'll give you a reminder. Okay, I think that's it. I think I am ready for the critique. Woohoo! And I actually am so excited. The 2 images that we have are really great for people, not only them, but just to talk about it. So let's go ahead and get to the critique. It's me again. I forgot that I changed things up. I thought I was going to go right into Lightroom. The reason why I changed it up is because I did want to say that if you want to submit images for you to have a critique, you can join again our macro chat live, and it's basically facebook.com groups Sullivan J Photography. You submit your images there, and I will choose the one that has the most information that I feel that the person will really get a good critique over, or with. And this is live, and I have my dog underneath me, so if something goes crazy, you might hear Coco. Let's see, what is else? I think that's it. We're going to go ahead. Let me get the Lightroom going. And actually, while I get Lightroom going, I'm going to change. You guys are going to see Kim's. This is bugging me right here. I'm going to fix that. And let's go to Lightroom. Okay, there's Lightroom. You're going to just admire this beautiful flower while I fix my light. Oh my gosh. Okay, because that is really, that's the photographer in me. Well, I tell you. Okay, let's see. Okay, here is a gorgeous image that Kim shot. So let me read her info. And she submitted this on the Facebook group. This is, she shot it, a macro. You know what, actually I could do this right now because she had information. I knew something was going to happen. Hold on one second. Get back over to Lightroom. There we go. There's the data. Okay. She has a Nikon D610. She used her macro 60 millimeter lens. Her aperture is 7.1, exposure 1/200th. She handheld this image, so she had no tripod, and then she used no extra lighting. And what she says is, my goal with this image was to capture the center of the image with the subtle coloring and fade off with the petals. I wanted the image to be soft, subtle, and mostly white. The feeling I was going for is peace and comfort. I've been photographing for about 4 years and mostly photograph landscape and wildlife. I love macro photography as well, and really am looking to improve macro skills, specifically related to flowers. Always looking for ideas on composition and best way to tell a story. Well, I love flowers, Kim, so this is my favorite subject. We will definitely dive in. And let me see. There's her. Let's get rid of that. I don't want it on her beautiful image. So let's go ahead and talk about it. I've got notes in case, my main points, just in case I don't want to screw anything up. Well, this is definitely elegant, and I think you've really got what you wanted. It's definitely a relaxing and a peaceful, beautiful image. I like the composition. You put it into a square. I really like the way these petals just go out to the distance, and let's see if we can get up close. It's kind of hard. And again, everyone, I had to fix my monitor for this stream. So these images are way better than what you're seeing right now. It's so frustrating to me that you guys can't see this. If you go into the Facebook group, then you can really see how beautiful these images are. So just to give you a heads up. Yes, composition. So I like the composition for sure. I think it's beautiful. The only thing that I feel that's pulling my eyes is these 2 dark spots at the bottom. I actually worked on, I'm going to share in Photoshop what I'm talking about, and then just kind of go over, a little bit of the information that, if you have questions, Kim, I know you're here, so you can ask me, but I really like it. So, but you were talking about composition, and that's one of the things that I thought, okay, well, let's talk about that. Let's talk about flowers, because flowers can be all over the place. Let me see if I can get my old camera. I feel like I'm just not talking. Hold on. Can you see me? There I am. Hi. Okay, now I feel like I'm talking to you. So, no more ums. Don't you hate it when you hear all the time? I'm going to try not to do that. Oh, my camera's going like crazy. Okay, let's get back to the critique. So, this image, I was talking about flowers, and this happens a lot. The flowers, there's so much involved, and it's going all over. So definitely when macro is forming, you're talking about the way you want things flowing. So that's what I'm thinking about. That's why it's so cool that you guys give me all of this information, so I know your thought process. And you handheld, which is kudos to you, because it's hard for me when I get up close to handhold, But you have your exposure at 1/200, which is fine with the 60 millimeter lens. You're, taking a deep breath and shooting, hopefully, because I know it would be hard for me. The light looks good too, so no extra lighting. Kudos. I like the way your shadows look. You brighten those up probably. I haven't, one of the things I do with my apprentices on a challenge that we have is I actually look at their raw image, so I really know what they've done. But and in one of the challenges, I don't do it for everything, but I really do think that the way this flows, this is my favorite part up here in the top. So, but if you want to change it around, I flipped it. Let's just go into develop, and you can see how much I totally flipped it around. So it's just a different way, not saying that I like yours actually. So next time when you photograph, I don't know how many compositions that you did when you were playing with this, but I thought this was nice too because it kind of flows and then goes up to the left. That's really fun. We're going to go ahead and go into Photoshop because this is what I ended up, I told you about the 2 dark spots. So actually, I chopped some of this off in here. We'll just do this. Some of this is, I added some, here we go. So I removed some of the dark spots down below. And I actually added some extra canvas because I felt that the blue was a little tight at the bottom. That's just personal preference. But I do feel that the 2 bottom areas that are dark is pulling my eyes down when I feel that you're trying to get, this is the main beautiful center of the image of the flower, and you want us to go off into the distance into white. So that is why I removed those 2 pieces. But other than that, everything, I think the post-processing is beautiful. I like the composition. I like everything. That's the only 2 things, the only part in this that drives me away from your idea of what you're trying to get. So let me go in. Here I am. I have to move stuff around. So I haven't done these things called hotkeys. I'm on OBS and it's a challenge. So hopefully this is working okay. And let me get my Photoshop up so you can see what I did. And I will get into Photoshop. Here we go. Photoshop. Yay! Now, Photoshop is one of my favorite things to use. I use another program called On One, which I really love. We will talk about that another time in the tools section. But I want to share with you, okay, so here is your image right here. So I wanted to share this with you instead of just talking about it. We're visual people. So I thought it would be nice just to show you what I did to it. And this is the extra canvas. And to do that, I don't know if you've ever done it before, so we'll just go here and then you're going to I used the crop tool and I pulled it. Let's pull this side. So over here to the right, I used the crop tool. I pulled it off just a little bit because I felt like it was a little tight and I wanted to play. I didn't know if I was going to keep it I cropped it anyways in the long run, but I just wanted to play with it a little bit. And where it says up here at the top, it says content aware, click on that and then push enter. And do you see what it just did? It just added more to the image. So it gives you, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. If you have a whole bunch of goodies, it might not work. So unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't work. But this did, because you have that light flowing. Let's go to Command Z to get rid of that. Or actually, I'll go over here and let me go back. It's taking, did it do it? Okay, I'm just going to ignore this. So let me put my face back up here because I feel like I need to see you guys. I'm kind of stretched. Hey, AD's here and Tony's here. Oh my gosh, hi guys. So I have to tell you, Tony's my buddy and AD is my mentor. He is the one that totally is helping me with my premiere, with helping me with my show. So I totally appreciate him. Yes, yes. And you can check him out at the explorographer.com. He has a Patreon. And so I actually am part of the Patreon, and he really helps me with the production. And Andy, I couldn't do my guest, unfortunately, because I couldn't get the Skype to work. So I didn't say who my guest was, but she is very gracious, and she's going to whenever I can get this organized, then she said no problem. So I totally appreciate her. Thanks, guys. Tony says that I'm doing awesome, but boy, let me tell you, this is so hard, and my heart is going a mile in a minute. So, okay, Kim, let's get back to your awesome image. Okay, so I added the canvas down below because I wanted more to play with, and that's what I was talking about. When, sometimes when it's so tight, it's hard to visualize, or it's hard to really manipulate things. So let's go in here. You can sit down here at the bottom. What I did was I added, I copied the layer, okay? And then I went ahead and I added that extra information. I did what I showed you right before, Kim. And then, excuse me, I did a content aware. And I'm going to show you how to do that. I don't know if you know how to do that, Kim. I'm looking to see right now. And I'm sorry, I'm like 30 seconds, maybe even to a minute delayed. So I'll keep checking in case, Kim, you have some questions, okay? So we'll go ahead though, and I'm going to show you how to do that. And then I just played, after that, I just went ahead and, that was all I did, was just content aware. So let's go in and I'll just share with this. Just ignore all this at the bottom. Let me get I'm going to get my actual, I can't use a mouse. Like, I can't use the mouse. I actually have to use my tablet. It's something that I've been doing forever and ever. So anytime I have to do any post-processing, I can't do it with the mouse. So what you're going to do is you're going to select these two areas that I was talking about, okay? And I'll just use the lasso tool. And you're going to just go around and select it, okay? And then you're going to go ahead and push the shift key. Do you see that plus right there, Kim? That plus right there lets you add more selection. So we're just going to do this really quick and dirty. Now I have my selection. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to edit, and you're going to go to fill, and then see where it says content aware fill. So there's drop downs, but you leave it on content aware fill, and then you push OK. And let's see what it does. Ta-da! Let's do Command D to get rid of it. I'm a Mac person, so it's probably Control for you PCs. So that right there, I mean, you could just do a couple touch-ups, and that's it. That's all for me. I would just go ahead and crop wherever you want. But other than that, I feel that this is a very beautiful image, and what you were asking for about having it soft and subtle. Now I do feel that because I removed those two dark pieces that are dragging my eyes down. And then at the top, you have kind of like 3. You know, 3 is a magic number. A lot, our eyes like that. And you have these 3 beautiful colors in here that take me from the bottom, get to the colors, and then go off into the distance like you wanted. So that was it. Beautiful image. Thank you so much for sharing that with me. And let's go ahead and get on to the next one. So I'm just going to share. There I am. Hi, you guys. All right. So we're going to go to Kim, do you have any questions? Please ask me if you do. I will look. Yeah, I just wrote, like I said, I wrote some quick notes just to make sure I wouldn't forget anything that I wanted to share with you. But thanks again. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go on to our next critique, which is really cool. Let me move things around. Yes, Andy, I still have to figure out hotkeys and stuff. I'm going to get Lightroom up. Kim says, thanks so much, Janice. You're right, the lower area was definitely pulling the eyes to the frame. I didn't think Content Aware would do such a great job. Thanks. You're most welcome, Kim. And thank you. I really love having you, working with you. So, and you know, William's next. You guys are both like kudos to working hard on your art. Okay, so I'm going to go into Lightroom so we can get to the next one. And here's another great one. So we talked about flowers. And we are next going to talk about this beautiful image. So let's go into Lightroom again. And I'm not going to put the old camera. Oh, yeah, I guess I should. No, we'll just talk. How's that? Okay, look at how cool this is. Isn't it this cutest little thing ever? I saw this. I'm like, oh my gosh, William. This is adorable. So William loves to shoot macro, and he really does a great job on stacking. His work is absolutely gorgeous. What William wants to do is take his work to the next level, be more creative and artistic. So he had a great question that I thought all of you guys would really benefit from. So let me read what he says. An issue I run into with higher magnification macro is proper illumination. Failure to achieve proper illumination does introduce noise. Noise eats up detail. What are some strategies for removing noise from an image while retaining as much detail as possible? Let me tell you what his when he gave me his images, which were great, he did in a drop file, so I have high resolution images. And like I was telling you guys all before, unfortunately with this feed, and I had to change my my screen to 1280 by 720. Yuck. It doesn't do this image justice, just like Kim's. So what he used was a 1D Mark IV. Lens was 60 millimeter with a 20 millimeter tube. Raynox DCR250 diopter. His f-stop and shutter speed was f11 at 1/25th, and his ISO was 250. He shot manual. He says it was a difficult shot to illuminate with diffuse flash firing through curled leaf cubbyhole. I had one shot and the flash sent the spider scampering. It was badly underexposed, so I lifted it in post. Of course, this lifts the noise too. I applied very mild noise reduction in post. Zooming in, you can see it's ineffective. So he wants suggestions for removing more of this grain while still retaining the texture and with the detail, sorry. Yes. Well, William, I for years used a Canon 5D. That is the original 5D. And boy, I'll tell you, that thing had tons of noise back in the days. So I had noise problems all the time. And now it's a little bit better, but I understand where you're coming from, especially if you want to blow this thing up to 24 by 36. It's frustrating because you work so hard, and here is the noise that William's talking about. This would totally show. It is such a cute image. Oh my gosh, I just can't stop looking at it. It's so cute. And underneath a leaf, that is amazing. So I went into Photoshop, and I'm going to show you, there's two software that I like. And one I'm going to show you it in Photoshop, and the other one is going to be in the tools. The other one in the tools is actually my favorite. But I picked the one that I'm talking about now is because I think I saw you in the chat that you were playing with Topaz. I don't personally feel that Lightroom is a very good tool when you have a lot of noise, or for sure. I mean, it just doesn't have the information like some of these other software programs. So I recommend that if you have these problems, then you might want to go ahead and test these two software programs on your own to see which one you like best. Okay, so we'll go ahead. I'm going to go to me first because, let's see. I'm going to go to me. Hello. And I'm going to put up my Photoshop. This is something new that I've just done, and trying to move things over. I have to figure out a better way to do this, but I'll work with Andy on that. Okay, so let me get up to Photoshop. And this way you can see his awesome image. I'm going to click out of Kim's, and we're going to go into, here we go, Williams. Ta-da! Oh my gosh, there's me sideways. All right, so this is what we did, and I wrote my notes so I don't screw up, okay? Get my pen going. Have some water. Too early for wine or beer. Beer is good in the summer. Okay, here we go. So I went ahead, and let's go over here to the right. Let me get my mouse over here. There we go. Let's put onto Photoshop, and I'm going to tell you what I did. I used Topaz DeNoise, and we're going to go into that. Actually, what I want to do, you guys are going to see Lightroom real quick. I'm afraid that if I go into Topaz and Lightroom and Photoshop, that we're going to kill the show. So what I'm going to do quickly, which I wanted to do, is I'm going to quit Lightroom right now because we're done with Lightroom. I've already shared with you guys the beautiful images. And William said that he's listening. Making a list, Janice. But he says I'm doing a fantastic job. Thanks, Andy. Oh my gosh, definitely make the list. Okay, so I got rid of Lightroom so I don't kill anything because I'm afraid that I'm going to kill stuff. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and what I do is for Topaz or anything that I'm doing in Photoshop, when it comes to working with the noise, I like to make the layer a smart object. This way I can go into the smart object and just make those minute changes, because when you get up close like this, sometimes just making a teeny little adjustment makes a big difference, and then you'll go back, your eyes will see all of this stuff, and then you'll realize, oh crap, I got to go back in there and redo it. Well, you don't really have to if you put it in a smart object, and all you have to do is click on the layer, and then you go to layer, and down here you will go into convert to smart object. And that is a great way to just automatically have everything that you've done and be able to go back to it easily. So that's something that I do. You don't have to. So let's go into Topaz so I can explain Topaz. Now, like I said, I think I heard in the chat that you were playing with Topaz, and this is one of the reasons why I wanted to show you this. So let's go ahead and hopefully it does not kill my stream. Because sometimes it's a ram hog. Oh my gosh, it went into the a different, my other darn window. Hold on one second. Let me bring it over. And because my window is so, let me push this in real small because I don't know. Sorry about that. I hadn't practiced this. Usually I try to practice. Okay, you can kind of see Photoshop in the background. Okay, so once you open DeNoise, it will go one-to-one. And the best thing to do, I think, is to grab the areas that have problems, but also have the dark problems, maybe some light in there and some midtones, because Topaz will bring it into, and you really can't adjust if you're not using one-to-one. I mean, it's really hard to see what's going on. So with this, grab a section that has the mess and then try to see if, don't just go only into the darks, okay? This way you can see everything. Let me turn off the brightness. I was playing with this, obviously. So you have an RGB, Luma, which is the light, color, red and blue. When you start off, usually when you open it up, it'll go right to RGB. So here's an overall strength. I may play with that if I don't have that much going on, but if I have a really bad problem, then I start going into Luma. And this is, when it's dark like this, it's really hard to see. So when you brighten the preview, it's not brightening the image, okay? It's just brightening the preview so you can really see what's going on with your problems. Now, I should do reset. Let's do a reset. Okay, this is your, because that was what I did, right? So here's what we're seeing. So when you have this on, then play with your shadows and your highlights. So you can adjust the shadows and you can figure out your highlights, maybe, you know, play with all this. And you'll be able to see the problems easily. Here's a normal. And you know, William, that this, I'm sure you know that this noise is the light noise. So that's what the little, that's a speckling problem. So play with this. Now, if you're going to, you know, you see, let's get out of the, let's go to RGB again. Sometimes when you have, when you want to see before and after, you could just use the shift key. See, this is before and this is after, just playing with that. Now, sometimes we get that noise that has the red and the green colors, you know, that funky color. That's what these things are over here. So if you go to the red area and you look at the red, then you can play with the red slider. There's not anything going on here, but you'll be able to see it, and then you can adjust it there. Same with the blue. Go look at your blues. You'll start seeing greens. Let's look at this. And we'll play with the blue a little bit and fix it. Then let's go to the color. So color, here's the before and here's the after. Let's go a little bit here and look at it and see what it does. Okay. Let me look at the before. Here's the before and here's the after. Oops. Whoops. Hello. I don't know how to say your name. ABHIGIJEET. Hi. Welcome to Macro Chat Live. sitting here focusing on William's DeNoise, and I forgot to look at my chat. But hi, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so then in the color, that's when you can play with this clean color. Then sometimes what happens is your blacks will get funky. Go to RGB, look at your blacks, and make sure your black levels are okay and have a good color. This is what this does. And when you're playing with these things, just make sure that it's, you know, don't go over the top, because you want to retain your detail. You know that. So when we go down, I'm trying to go really slow. Here's your detail recovery. And you could play with this to, say, if you want to get into your hairs. Let's see, there was a section over here. There we go. So let's look at the before and after. Before, after. It's already looking good. So if you want to just use these tools very lightly, okay, don't go all crazy, because it'll make your image look like crap. And if you go to the crazy on the detail, you'll just end up bringing everything back. So just use a little bit, you know. And if it's soft, say if the image is gone a little soft, then add some more grain. Grain is not bad. It actually helps. But if you can tell when it's bad grain. This is good grain. And then this is one thing that I like too, is banding. You know, when you see those lines that come in and the vertical, and you see those lines, it has, if you see lines, I didn't see anything in yours, to tell you the truth. Usually you could just kind of see the lines. Maybe right here, we'll do a horizontal deband. And it will remove those lines. And then there's also verticals. So when it's really bad, you definitely want to go ahead and push the, you know, banding controls. And then I just push OK, and it goes back into Photoshop. And what I do, because I like having this as a smart filter, it automatically gives you a mask. It's processing. Too much going on in the background. Let's just ignore for now. Let's see if it works. I might have to cancel it out, but I think I showed you before and after. If I didn't, I'm sure you'll get it. Whoa, look at it spinning death of hell. But over here to the right, you can see the smart filters. It automatically gives you a mask. So what I do, I'm just going to cancel out of this. Hopefully, oh my gosh, did I kill my computer? Dang, I might have to force quit. Let's see. Let's let it go. I think I killed it. It is a RAM hog, and I got so much going on. Oh, there, yay! I didn't have to kill it. So what I did here, let's get back into fit the screen. Okay, so here's what I did before and after. Oh, I guess I should show you. Kind of saw it before and after. Well, Williams can only listen right now. He can't see. He's told me he's actually going to be paying attention. So William, if you have questions after the show, definitely let me know. So we fixed your problems. Excuse me. But if I know that I didn't have any problems anywhere else on the image, this is what's so cool. So what I ended up doing was masking out. I took the brush, made sure it was on black, and then I went ahead and let's see. Oh my gosh, let's go on it. Okay, and then I went ahead and I just painted. I have a flow of 38. Some people use opacity, some people use flow. There's no right and wrong. You do whatever you want. For me, what flow does is, as I'm pushing on it, if I want to go back over it again, it just keeps going. So I went ahead and I removed some of this from the areas that didn't need it, some of the bright areas and stuff like that. And that's pretty much one of my favorite tools to use. Now, I do have a suggestion, because I know that you're really working on more of your art. So with this image, what I wanted you to know is that when I look at this gorgeous spider, my eyes really go to this bright area because it's so prominent. It's just going right there. Of course we see the spider and it's so cute. Oh my gosh, it's adorable. So what I did was I just plain right here down below, I have this area that says just plain. And I added just a little bit of painting. I went ahead and I double click, and you can't see this. See, can you see the foreground? No. So I went ahead and I just picked some of the greens. Why is it not doing it? Oh, that's weird. It's only picking the red. Oh, because I'm on the, hold on one second. I'm on the wrong thing. That's why. Cancel out. Live shows. Let me, there we go. Let's turn this baby on. Here we go. Sorry. Okay, double click. And I went ahead and picked some of the greens. There we go. See, I got the picker, and then I started painting some of the stuff at the top, you know, and just pick some of the colors. This is going to help you practice with your art because you're saying that it's tough for you. And I really want you to start playing with backgrounds and messing with this, and, you know, just do it on a separate layer. You can delete it afterwards. So, you know, once I get what I want, and then I actually bring my flow way down and I just start painting in some of the colors, okay? And then I change up a different color and do it again. Otherwise, it's just going to be all one blob of one color. So I wanted to share with you that I did that. Let me see what else I did because I can't remember. Oh, and I did some dodging and burning. I wanted to lighten your spider just a little bit. So here's the before and here's after. So I just lightened because we have fixed your noise, that why not now put a little bit more pop on that flash that you probably were trying to get and couldn't get enough of. So I went ahead and did a dodge and burn, and just easily popped that out nice and bright. But that was just plain stuff. This is, you really wanted to talk about the noise. So when we get to the equipment, then we'll go ahead and I would like you to try what I'm going to share with you. And I think that's it. Let me see. Hold on one second. And ooh, look at all. All right, hold on, William. Let me see. Yes, we went through the Topaz. I wanted you to play with that. You could try it for free, okay? But I think you have it. And I think that's it. I just wanted to let you know that I just added that little extra so my eyes don't go, as you can see right there, my eyes don't go to that bright area as much. And I just lightened your cute little buddy. All right, and I know you're not here for questions, so we will go ahead and get into my favorite. I wonder how long I've been on. Ashley, how long have I been on? I know there's something on here, and I'm probably just not seeing it. Let's see. I'm curious. Oh, here it is. Oh my gosh, it's 51 minutes. I'm chatting so much. It's only supposed to be an hour, you guys. Let me hurry. See? That's why I'm telling you, critique's like so much fun. Okay, we got to go to the equipment. Oh, hey, you guys. Okay, we have to do equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and share. I'm going to do it quickly because we were talking so much about 51 minutes. Thanks, Andy. Oh my gosh, I gotta hurry. Because I only want this really to be an hour. I don't want you guys to be like, oh my God, this is too much stuff. Let's go ahead and get into my, okay, so I want to share with William. Okay, that's not one. I don't want the camera. Sorry, screwed up. Right screen. Ta-da! Did it. Okay. William, try DXO Optics Pro. Oh my gosh, I love this. This is my favorite when it comes to getting rid of the noise. And the reason why is that they have done so much testing. I'm serious. I think they're the best ones out there. And what they do I'll put this link down below in the show notes so you guys can see it. But they have analyzed so much information on your data, your metadata, your EXIF data, that they are amazing. You don't have to do all that stuff that I did on Topaz. But most people like Topaz because there's a lot of really cool plugins in Topaz, and you get a package. But yes, it is, and it's fast too now, because there's this thing called Prime, which takes the raw image, and you could do it from Lightroom. Go into Lightroom and then just do the DeNoise, or it's not called DeNoise. I forget what it's called. Oh my gosh, I'm like, here, what is it called? I don't know. It's noise reduction. But it does. It takes all the information from your camera, your ISO, your camera, your lens, everything, and they do such a great job that there's not too much that you really need to do, and it really does retain the sharpness. So try it for free. Definitely try this, because if you had such a great shot, and the shots that you do are very difficult, or any of you guys out there, and you want to blow it up big, this is an amazing piece of software. You know what? I'm not going to talk about, I was going to talk about my Speediatron pack, but to tell you the truth, oh, see, Andy says DXO is hands down the best noise reduction out there, and I totally agree. Was I looking the other way? I think I was, you guys. Hi. That's so funny. I was going to share, hey, you guys, I was going to share my Speediatron pack. I do deep dives, and what I did was last week, a YouTube follower asked me to share how I set up my Speediatron, and that's basically a pack and stuff like this. Now, most macro photographers don't get into this, and I don't suggest that you buying all this expensive equipment for sure. If you are not using it for professional use, or if I back in the days, this is what I did, and I had all of the stuff. So I'll talk about that another time. Oh, good. Kim says, I'm super excited to try DXO Optics Pro. Yes, on the Milky Way shots. Oh, that's what they share a lot, actually, Kim, is a lot of the night shots. So you'll love it for sure. But anyways, I'll get into the Speediatron and talk about more about that another time. But if you want to see my last YouTube last week, you can, and it's on my website, you can definitely check that out on YouTube. But I wanted to chat with you guys a little bit about lighting. I do want to just, if you guys don't mind, I just want to remind you guys that, if you like this, definitely subscribe to Sullivan J Photo on YouTube. And if you would like your images critiqued, I love to do this. Obviously, I took almost a whole hour on 2 images. I hope you guys got something out of it, because I was just having too much fun. I just love looking at the stuff and talking to you guys about it. But you can go to Sullivan J Photography /macro live is here and get all the information on this show, how to submit your image, how to ask questions, all that kind of stuff if you want a question answered, say in the next show or whatever. It is a small group, so I would love for you guys to share if you could. I would love the support and get more people on to chat. I might have to change the time like I was telling you guys. But for now, it is every other Thursday, and then I have a deep dive the following week. And then it would be the Macro Chat Live. Well, again, my next show will be August 3rd because my niece is going to be here. And also look out for either it's going to be a behind the scenes or it's going to be an unboxing. So I always have something for you guys on YouTube every Thursday. This is streaming live on Facebook. Facebook. And hell if I know if it even looks good. I don't know. But I just have to thank all of you guys that came to support the Macro Chat live show. I totally appreciate everything. I'm Janice Sullivan from Sullivan J Photography, and I help you get up close and personal with your camera. You have a great day. Cheers.